think a lot of us are just speechless.
Leah stayed at a loss for words after learning that several of her family members were killed in Mexico in an ambush.
My sister could actually see the smoke from her house, and they heard the gunshots.
9 people were killed, several others injured, when the group was traveling between their family's ranch and Chihuahua for a wedding near Bavispe, Sonora. A total of 3 cars making the trip, all 3 ambushed by criminal groups who shot and burned at least one of the vehicles with the victims inside. 2 of the victims, 8-month-old babies.
It is a regretful disgrace because innocent children lost their lives, and we'll do what is appropriate in these cases, and it is our obligation to gather all the information to see the causes.
The gruesome attack also caught the attention of President Trump, who tweeted about the ambush, saying, "This is a time for Mexico, with the help of the United States, to wage war on the drug cartels and wipe them off the face of the earth. We merely await a call from your great new president."
Mexico has to really knuckle down and go after some of these cartels and stop this escalating level of violence.
The victims are members of a Mormon community. The FBI has offered to assist Mexico with the investigation. 7 of the injured children are being transported to a hospital in Tucson, Arizona for further treatment.
Shalom family, trendsetter, driving, so you will hear some noise in the background. Please bear with me. Now in this video, I'm going to try to be a little bit more sensitive, only because, you know, at the end of the day, as much as I have disdain for these people, these mankind, you know, when it comes to children, man, for some reason or another, man, my heart goes out to children, no matter what race or nationality they are. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I mean, to be honest with you, man, these kids didn't ask to be born into this world. And unfortunately, some of these kids, they're going to turn out to be just like their parents are, you know what I'm saying, devils, evildoers. But, I mean, hey, what can I say? I have a soft spot for children, no matter what nationality or nation they're from. So, as we watch that video, you know, for me, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was more than I could have stomached to see, you know, the travesty that occurred. Now there was another video I was gonna share with y'all that had more, I guess, visual effect, if you will, but I decided not to do it because I don't want YouTube flagging it. So I decided to just go with the news article. And, you know, I don't know. I really don't know where to begin because I'm torn. You know what I'm saying? I'm torn because y'all already know how I feel about certain demographic of people. I know the judgment has now begun. Actually, the judgment had begun a long time ago, but now as the Most High is ramping up the judgment on these individuals, these mankind, for everything that they and their ancestors have done to His people. Now, I'm sure a lot of you devils who are viewing this video might be upset at what I'm about to say, but it is what it is. I ain't tell you to come here. Matter of fact, you're not even invited on my channel. But again, I will be sensitive, family, because I know, like I said, you know, a lot of children was involved, and you know, these offspring did not ask to be brought into this world, but because I know oftentimes they start out young. They start out young, family. They start out young. And I know, you know, it's hard as parents for y'all to even consider even thinking for a moment that, well, it is what it is. But I'm thinking for this moment that it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because as I continue in this video, you'll understand why I'm going to say what I'm about to say. Now, there's a saying, right? What goes around comes around. Now remember, and I want y'all to pay attention. Remember when our ancestors were in bondage, were enslaved. What they did to our ancestors' children. For those of us who actually are here today is because for whatever reason the Most High decided to spare your ancestors alive. That's why we're here today. But what about the ones that are not here today? Let's not forget what they have done to our children, right? Our elderly grandparents, our family members, our women, our man. Let's not forget, because see, it is easy to forget when we see something like this occur to, let's say, a Caucasian family. It's easy to forget because, you know, they like to shed their tears, and it is more amplified, it is more reported, widely reported for sympathy amongst them and us too. They want to gain sympathy all over the world. But when it comes to our plight, when it comes to our young children getting gunned down with their hands in the air, our mother, our father, our brother, our sister, uncle, niece, nephew getting gunned down with their hands in the air, you don't see that kind of outcry. You don't see that kind of sympathy. You don't see it all over the news in a way how they present it. Because see, what I've noticed, whenever one of our people gets succumbed to their deviltry, they use one of our people to report it. So to take away that effect, that sensitivity, towards this particular story, they take away, it's taken away because just one of us reporting it. But when something like this occur in their community, they always have one of their, because see, these people are filled with technology. I told y'all need to go check out that video, the big Jacob, the big head scientist, and y'all understand. I really believe, man. I would say, let me just put it this way: I believe at least 80% of whatever is being portrayed in that particular video. Now, the other 20%, I don't know about all that, because I believe in the Most High, that the Most High created. Well, if you really think about it, in the video, it says that they was surface dwellers, right? Which was us, black people, and they was melanated people. So that could be true. Maybe the Most High created us, and these other beings that was in the middle earth, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they came from somewhere else. So that could be true too. So I'm not even going to say, I would say, yeah, 80% of that video, I'll definitely buy into. The other 20%, whatever. So, you know what I mean, family? So again, like I said, I'm not trying to be insensitive to the situation that occurred, because these people were Mormons, right? These people were God-fearing people. They believed in Jesus Christ. And I've said it time and time again. And I guess this is why I'm making this video, to be honest with you, to point out to you that Jesus Christ ain't saving nobody. Not even people that look like him. Because their Jesus looked like them. And I'm saying to myself, if you are in the Mormon community, and for those of you who don't know who the Mormons are, you maybe need to do some research on these people. All right? These people believe in having multiple wives. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you know what? Guess what? I'm a Hebrew. I believe in multiple wives too. Now, would I practice that shit? Hell no. My wife ain't going to have that, because she's still a Jezebel. Maybe in the next kingdom I may have multiple wives. Do I have the desire to have multiple wives? No, not really. I wouldn't say. But let's say if the opportunity presents itself, absolutely, I would welcome it, because it wouldn't be for sex. It would be more or less for help, for extra help. You know what I'm saying? Another extra help around the house wouldn't hurt. And that's what our forefathers intended it to be. It wasn't necessarily sex. It's to build nations. See, these devils, they don't want you having not even one wife. They want you to have a same-sex couple type relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. I guess if they could do away with marriage, they probably would. That's probably the next thing they're going to outlaw and shit. Marriage is between two opposite sex. Because these demons, man, I tell you. But I want to stay on topic in this video. So, family, I'm just warning y'all that, y'all need to really and truly stay away from this New Testament Savior, Jesus the Christ, because he's not saving anybody. Jesus the Christ is actually Satan, family. The bright and morning star, Lucifer is a day star. They're the same, one of the same. And the more you call upon this character, the more curse you're bringing down on this earth. Because I'm saying to myself, like, you got over, let's say, 4-point-something billion Christians. I'm just, guessing and shit. I don't know how many Christians there is. But let's say 3-point-something billion Christians, according to me, right? And you have all these people praying to this demigod, this so-called savior, this the Son of God, whoever God is for them. And the world is not getting any better. You got all these Catholics, right? Let's put it this way. You got all these cartels. Many of them are Catholics. And they are going out there gunning people down, gunning family down, regardless of the situation. Regardless, they thought, okay, this was the intended target. These are human beings. Well, I take that shit back. These are mankind. You know what I'm saying? These are mankind. And, you know, for them to even think about going and pulling the trigger and taking out an innocent child, it says a lot about who these demonic entities are. And they come in all different creed. They come in Hispanic. They come in Caucasian. Shit, they come in niggas. You know what I mean? Because not all skin folks are kin folks. All right? But I just want y'all to understand, family, that the judgment is upon these devils. And yes, I do feel a little bit, you know, disheartened, just a little bit disheartened, because, you know, you had children, innocent children that was involved in this shit. But at the end of the day, who am I to stop the judgment of the Most High? You know, when he come full force. He start with young and old. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I can't stop the judgment of the Most High, because when the judgment of the Most High was upon our people, right? When these devils was going around lynching our men, raping our women, pulling babies out of women's womb, after the slave master went in and had a child with this, you know, the slave women, and to hide the pregnancy. Even in some cases, I've heard history in the history book. Well, not the history book, because they don't put that shit in the book, but the history that was presented to me, that, you know, you would have actually the slave master wife, because she's jealous of the fact that this black woman had curves, and now she's going to be pregnant with a slave master. He would allow the woman, the slave cave bitch, the slave master cave bitch, right? He would allow her to do all kind of manner of evil towards the slave woman. So I don't have really no sympathy for them when I hear of the demise. I really don't. You know, in this case, I'm not really rejoicing, because, you know, it is what it is when it comes to the Most High judgment. I'm not rejoicing in a sense like, oh, good for their ass. I'm just saying it is what it is. You know what I mean? Let me put it that way. You know, but I'm just letting y'all know, family, Jesus Christ is not who you think he is. Christianity is a religion that was constructed by these devils. As a matter of fact, the original Christians were black, and they actually followed the law, statutes, and commandments. But these devils came and rewrote the history. When they found out that they wasn't the Most High chosen people, Hashem chosen people, or they realized that, you know, why they was created, they say, fuck that, we're going to create our own God. And they created a God and put an image to their likeness. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, family, with that, I say peace and blessings, shalom. Again, stay away from Christianity. Jesus ain't saving nobody, not even his own people. With that, I say shalom.